Hey guys, this is Mark here from PFT, and recently Apple took to stage and announced some new products, so I thought I'd make a quick video rounding up what they announced for you. Okay, so first up we had the expected iPhone 6 and its new bigger brother, the 6 Plus. So the 6, pretty much the complete design was leaked. We almost knew exactly what this was going to look like before it was announced. So it has the nice kind of curved edges, very similar to the iPod Touch range, and even a sort of similar design to the tablet range of the iPad mini and the iPad Air. Personally, I really like this design. I'm very happy with it. I think it looks a lot better than the cheap mock-ups that we saw beforehand, and I really want to get an iPhone 6 as soon as I can. So hopefully look forward to some videos on the channel about that. Now, the 6 Plus is its bigger brother. It houses a 5.5-inch display compared to the regular 6's 4.7-inch display. Now, apart from a slightly bigger battery life and some camera features that I will speak about, they are virtually the same phone. There are a few differences in iOS which allow you for easier use with the bigger screen. So first up we have the horizontal mode, meaning that every part of the phone, if you tip it sideways, has a horizontal mode, which we have not seen in an iPhone before. We also have a nice little double tap on the home button, which actually brings the whole picture on the screen halfway down so that you can reach the buttons at the top on your web page or the app that you're in or whatever. And that's a really nice feature because we haven't really seen many other manufacturers go for the single-handed use on the bigger displays. Now, the camera that I said houses optical image stabilization compared to the iPhone 6's digital image stabilization. Now, optical is far superior to digital. This actually means that the lens will move physically to stabilize your video, which is something that we've never really seen in phones before, and it is really impressive that they've actually managed to pull this off. I really hope it works as well as they promise, and I again cannot wait to test that out. Now, overall, compared to their predecessors, the iPhone 5C and the iPhone 5S, apart from the obvious design change, we have seen some changes in performance. So the processor, I believe, has gone from 1 billion transistors to 2 billion transistors, so we should see a huge increase in performance there. We also have a fairly significantly better battery, which again I will have to test out before I can give my final verdict, but that is a step that I have been wanting iPhones to go in for a while, because really I have been fairly disappointed with my battery life. Apart from that, there's not too much. We of course have the better camera, slightly better things to cope with the health aspect with the M8 processor, and we also have NFC built in to use with mobile payments, which I will speak about in a bit. Next device, or hardware I should say, that Apple announced was the long-awaited Apple Watch. Now, something I would like to point out, this is not called the iWatch. Personally, I don't think it's a very good decision. I much prefer the name iWatch, but I'm so sure Apple had their reasons, and in the end of the day, the name really doesn't matter too much. So Apple claim that they've been actually working on this product for up to 3 years now, which shows that they must have put a lot of work into it, and they have done one thing that I really like the Android Wear watches simply have not done yet, and that is the huge array of bands. I'm not too sure, but I believe there's about 50 different kind of band types and designs across the 3 ranges of Apple Watches, and that is something that's really nice, because in regular watches, not smartwatches, in regular watches, the main kind of focus on them is fashion and how they look, and you have a large array of choice. So there's no point in Apple spending all this time making one watch and only having it in one design. So the fact that they have added all these different wristbands and different designs is a very welcome feature in my opinion. Now, this watch will come in 3 different styles: the regular, the sport and the edition. The regular is just the baseline model. It will still work extremely well. The sport should be slightly more rugged and generally everything you would expect from a sport model. And the edition is the classier watch, which is made out of 18 karat gold. You can choose between regular gold or rose gold. And this is actually rumoured to cost almost £1,000, which I suppose for a gold watch isn't too far out the ballpark, but personally I would never want to spend that on a smartwatch. Now, the prices, while they are fairly high, if you consider them to the Android Wear competitors, they're not too expensive. And personally, I still really want one, and I think I'll be picking one up when they launch in early 2015. Now, it comes in two different sizes, so you can suit your preference for your wrist size. So obviously the smaller one will most likely be more suited to women, and I doubt many children will be using these, but they have options there, which is of course very nice to see. Now, the main thing Apple seemed to focus on was the crown on the side, which is simply a little knob like you would see on most watches. Now, this allows you to zoom in and out on things like maps, photos, even on their new home screen. And the new home screen has a very interesting design. Instead of having pages you flick through or something like that, you just have all your apps there. You can zoom in and out. And you just kind of go around your apps. I'll probably try and throw in some B-roll here. But yeah, it's very interesting home screen design there. And again, I think I will definitely have to test this out in an Apple store before I drop the money on it. Now, the final thing that Apple really announced, well, they actually announced it second, but it's the final one that I will cover, is Apple Pay. Now, this is using the NFC in both the Apple Watch and the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus. Now, what you will basically have is on counters in most shops, you will have a small little device that you simply swipe your phone or watch across, hold your finger down on Touch ID, and it will make the payment there and then. Now, this is something that we have seen before, and really it's not too big, but it has never really cottoned on, and hopefully with the huge company that Apple is, they can hopefully make this a mainstream thing, and hopefully credit cards will be dead within a couple of years. Apple promises that this will be much more safer than using the traditional credit card, and they also state that the information on your card and your purchase goes straight from bank to the store. The shop clerk doesn't see it and Apple don't see it. So if you are to believe that, which I personally do, then this should be a very safe product to use. There has of course been a lot more than this announced at the recent event, and I will link some articles down below, or just a link to my website where you can see tons of articles about what has been announced. But this was just a quick roundup letting you know what happened at the recent iPhone 6 event. If you are looking forward to these products, why not let me know down in the comments section. If you've got any questions, leave them down in the comment section or email me at the address in the description. If you like this video, give it a like. If you dislike this video, give it a dislike. And why not subscribe to my channel for more content. Thank you very much for watching. See ya.